You're right, guys. Now you can probably see that my glasses are steaming up. Why is that? It's because it's about to get pretty hot and steamy in here. It's spicy content, this. It should be for my OnlyFans page. You know, this is a Mother's Day gift, this. For the mothers. To say hello. And, you know, I hope you're having a good time and I hope you're having a good day. And here's my gift to you. I'm bringing sexy back again. Because it's been too long, hasn't it? You need this. So it's about to get pretty mucky. And congratulations. Right, I'm going to do a couple of readings from a book. Well, a couple of books, but they're the same book. I'll explain. Now, the movie Terminator, it's a strange and kooky movie, isn't it? But one of the oddball things about it is they actually did two novelisations of the film. The first one being this by Sean Hudson. There you go, The Terminator. And then this one by Randall Frakes and Bill Wisher. The same but different. This came first, the Sean Hudson one, and then followed by this guy. Right, I'm going to do a reading from both. And what I've chosen to read is the sex scene. You know, with Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor. And we'll see, you know, the similarities and the differences between, you know, these books. So we'll start with this one. The Randall Frakes one. Because it's lightweight stuff, this. It's not too mucky. If you really want mucky, hold on, because we'll end with this one. The Sean Hudson one. Right, here we go. The sex scene. Let me read it to you. He let out a soft whisper as a part of him died, and another part grew stronger. He pulled Sarah tighter into his arms, crushing her to his chest, and drank from her mouth. Somehow they were on the floor by the table. He couldn't feel it. There was nothing around him but Sarah, and he wanted her, and pulled her closer and closer. She was kissing his scars. She was taking away the pain and altering the purpose of his life. She was a thief, and he was a willing victim. She was moving above him now, hovering like a tender antithesis to the aerial HKs, and he reached for her, even though she was already as close as he could get her, without crushing her to death. Sarah felt his need rage through his body, and resonate all through hers until she was hungrily devouring him. For a timeless stretch it was like that. Mindless clutching and grasping, without plan, both of them drowning in the first powerful wave of their love. But then Sarah began to emerge and see that he was lost now, undirected, wallowing in confused need for her. She led Reese to the bed. Once there, she helped him get out of his pants, then guided him over her body, putting his hands on the places that had seemed asleep because they had never been truly awakened. They awoke now to his touch and cried out for release. Soon both of them were naked, making a new environment of togetherness, an environment that had never been before and would never be again. And now time did stop. They alone beat out a measured thrust of time as their bodies met at the tender pulsing centre of a grim cosmos. Oh, pretty steamy stuff. Right, let's see how Sean Hudson goes about it, shall we? Alright, here we go, guys. I'm sorry, he said. I shouldn't have said that. His protestations were cut short as she leant forward and kissed him lightly on the lips, then on the nose, then on the lips again. This time he responded fiercely and pulled her to him. Their mouths met, tongues eagerly probing the warmth of the other's mouth. When they finally broke the clinch, Sarah was gasping. Reese swept her into his arms and carried her to the bed, where he gently laid her down, climbing on beside her, his hands moving to the buttons of her blouse. She stroked his arms as he pulled the top open, exposing her firm breasts. Then he bowed his head, his mouth seeking her erect nipples. He took each one in his mouth in turn, teasing the hard bud until it was even stiffer, his hands gliding over her lower body, easing her jeans off until he felt the soft nylon of her panties. She thrust her hips up towards him as he lay on her, his own rigid organ pressing against his trousers until Sarah released it, rubbing it gently in one soft hand, allowing the stiff shaft to nuzzle the damp gusset of her panties. Reese pulled them down and Sarah squirmed as she felt the bulbous head of his penis probing at her liquescent opening until he finally thrust into her, a low, deep stroke which made her cry out. They kissed again, and her cries were stifled as he moved inside her, his motions accelerating as he felt his own climax drawing closer. Sarah was already experiencing the overwhelming feeling of warmth around her thighs and lower belly, and it grew to a raging fire as her orgasm swept through her. She called his name as she came, hooking her legs around his back to increase the penetration. Then, with a grunt, he joined her in ecstasy, his own spurting seed filling her. For precious seconds they remained coupled together, Reese still thrusting gently inside her, until at last he withdrew and rolled onto his back. Sarah trickled a finger along his slippery shaft, then held him tightly. Oh, pretty mucky stuff that. Now again, the same but different, two different approaches. Now what do you think? What do you prefer? What are you up for? That's the Terminator Novelisations, that's the sex scenes. And we'll do the deep dive, we'll do the comparisons of the rest of the stories. Or story. You know, in time, give it time. Right, all the best. I'll catch you on the next one. I've got to go and cool down, guys. Spicy, spicy.